It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Now EA Sports and the National Football League so proud to welcome you to the southeast section of Brazil and the world-renowned city of Sao Paulo.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
In motion goes the tight end. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry now for Kareem Hunt.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done, and on the opening drive of the game.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Herbert. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Tui Palumtu got in and dropped it. You can almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Our first carry for Najee Harris. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. 7 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now it's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Allen's first catch, good for a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. A side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second and 6. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Tui Pelotu, his second sack of the night.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and a yard. Now Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And again, it's Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Give him the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster on a touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster.
After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down and 6 now.
In motion, the tight end. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Pass incomplete.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll roll him out right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here's Herbert. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Herbert now.
That is caught.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle.
but they allow the conversion.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Hampton. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for check downs or dump offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Here's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2.
Mahomes now to throw.
Pass on the out route, caught by Smith-Schuster.
And he goes out right around the 39.
Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
2nd and 10.
Mahomes to throw once more.
That is caught downfield. It's Worthy.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now it's Mahomes again. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
One receiver right, that's Brown. Now here's Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Throwing now is Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Now Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Butker on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now it's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Hampton. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw now on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Herbert. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hampton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They'll run on first down. Hampton, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
From the 45 on second down, Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Pass out left, finds Johnston. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Short throw to Disley.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Well, I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4th down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Steps away to his left. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit notice it stays right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown!
Juju Smith-Schuster on a touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs had 6 to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Butker now. The extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a give right side. It's Hampton, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now this one finds McConkey.
And he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here's Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2 yards to go, second down. The tight end in motion right. Mahomes now to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 33. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. In motion left goes a tight end. Now Mahomes. No hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Short throw to Disley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Second and goal from the 1. And they'll run again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Mahomes able to find Gray here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Mahomes going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Swings this out for Hunt. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A give right side for Pacheco. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now it's Herbert.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
To the left side, he's got McConkey.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
So it's a win for the Chiefs here. And no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, we really saw a quarterback at the top of his game, didn't we? That was a masterful performance. 5 touchdown passes, and I'll let you know a little secret, partner. I think it could have been more.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.